CQ, CQ, CQ. Welcome to the Country Roads Net. This is Net Control Station W8XRW. My name is Rob, and I'm located in South Charleston, West Virginia. Country Roads Net is a directed net and meets on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for the purpose of fellowship of amateurs, exchanging information, and testing of amateur radio equipment. This net is conducted in the West Virginia Link Room. The ID number for the room is 46488. The net is provided locally in the Charleston-Huntington areas on UHF repeater 441.825, located in Scott Depot, West Virginia. When checking in, please provide your call sign phonetically and your location. Are there any stations with announcements for the net? Please call now. Nothing heard. Next up is time-sensitive stations. Time-sensitive stations only. Please call now.
Oh, please check in. Kilo 8, Romeo Tango. K8 RRT. M in South Charleston this evening. In and out, Rob. Thank you for running the net. Running good.
Any other time-sensitive stations that would like to check into the net, please call now. All right, I'm sorry, Tim, I forgot to acknowledge you on that one. Tim, K-A-R-R-T, I got you checked in. All right, I didn't hear anything else, so we'll go ahead and roll over to mobile stations. If you're out mobiling about this evening and you'd like to check into the net, please call now. All right, nothing heard. So next up, we'll take anybody anywhere. We will take stations that are outside of West Virginia. I'm going to go backwards. I normally get West Virginia, or Charleston area first, West Virginia. We're going to start off with everyone outside of West Virginia that would like to check into the net. Please call now.
Whiskey, Juliet, November, Yankee.
Hey, Net Control recognizes W8JNY. W8JNY, can I get your name real quick, please?
Oh, sorry about that. Name is John, Juliet, Oscar, November, Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
All right, John, appreciate it. Good copy on that. All right, any other stations outside of West Virginia that would like to check into the net, please call now.
Whiskey Delta 8, Juliet Hotel Union, Mary in Traverse City, Michigan.
This is Rick in central Minnesota, northwest of Minneapolis and St. Paul. N0BJN, that's November 0 Bravo Juliet November.
All right, good stuff. Net Control would like to recognize W8JHU, Mary, and Rick, N0EJN. All right, next up, I want to do anybody that's in West Virginia, but not on the same repeater I am. I'm using the 441-825, located here in the Scott Depot. So if you're using any other repeater besides that, and you're located in West Virginia, and you'd like to check into the net, please call Net Control. And nothing heard. So next up, anybody anywhere. If you're inside the state of West Virginia, using the same repeater as me, or what have you, and you'd like to get your name on the log, please call Net Control.
Net Control. Net Control, could you please check in Whiskey X-Ray 4, Romeo Lima X-Ray? It's going to be Levi over here at the South Charleston National Weather Service. Just in and out, please. Over.
Okay, looks like we picked up WX4RLX. Good to have you with us this evening. Good to hear you. All right. Any other stations that would like to check into the net? It's Halloween, a little bit spookiness going on. So it doesn't surprise me that it's going to be a short net. But anybody else that would like to check into the net, please call Net Control.
Net Control, can you check in Kilo Charlie 8, Papa Foxtrot? I am going to be mobile, so I probably will come out here shortly. So go ahead and bring me in and out. Thank you.
All right, KC8 PFF. Got you in there and got you out. Get one last stab at any other stations. If you'd like to get your name on the log this evening, please call Net Control. All right, nothing heard. Well, everybody was short time except for John, Mary, and Roy. I don't have any gathering topics for us this evening other than did you do anything special for Halloween this year? My wife and I didn't. Had a few trick-or-treaters as usual, but nothing special. Next year, I think we're going to be able to do Halloween with the grandchild. Ought to be a lot of fun. It's our first one. But this year, just kind of the regular routine. All right, next up on my list is John, W8JNY. John, do you have anything for us this evening?
Oh, not a whole lot. I've been retired since June, and but I've been so busy, I need to go back to work to get a break. We've been doing hardwood flooring here in the house, and we got one room left in the upstairs, and I'll be glad when that job is done. And it's got its ups and downs, but when we get my age, the floor seems to be a long, long ways than what it used to be. And trying to get up off the floor, man, you make all kinds of crazy sounds, and things start happening. But just wanted to check in for the numbers tonight and say good evening to everybody. And it finally started to rain at about the time trick-or-treaters started coming around. And I was going to rob the candy bowl, but I think somebody in the house hit it, so I couldn't do it. Okay, that's all I have up here. I'll turn it back over to you, WHJNY, here in Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
All right, John. Well, I appreciate you stopping by this evening, taking the time. And yeah, man, I can understand that floor is getting further away every second for me. I like that one. All right, let's see. Next up is Mary, WD8JHU. You have anything for us this evening, Mary?
Yes, I'll be short time tonight, and about one cup, but it was very windy and cold here. It's earlier in the week it was about 60 or 70, but now it's gone to 30, and we're losing our leaves, and we're going to have all these leaves on the ground. So anyway, I live in a senior living center, and we don't allow our little trick-or-treaters to come to the door because it says no soliciting, but our manager gives us cider and donuts and during the day, and that's pretty good. And so that's what I did for Halloween. Back to you.
All right, Mary. Well, good to hear from you. I appreciate the report. Tell you what, it's been pretty warm over here in West Virginia. And it's still, I don't know, it's probably 70, mid-70s today. So now, of course, our mountains had snow last week. So who knows? Crazy weather around this place. All right, the last one I have on the list is Rick, N0BJN. Rick, you got anything for us this evening?
Happy Halloween to everyone on the Country Roads Fusion Digital Net there in West Virginia. This is Rick in central Minnesota, just about in the middle of Minnesota. Anyway, a couple of things I can share with the group here. First off, I want to wave a hand to Matt, K-A-0-Y-E-Z, and his daughter Leah. Also want to wave a hand to Don in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, WX4C. And as far as Halloween goes, that used to be a pretty active holiday, but they do some different things here in Minnesota with that. They send the kids off to the middle school and have a big Halloween party for the kids, and they just stay there until about 8:30 Halloween night and then go home. And that works out quite well, keeps all the kids safe and in one place. And that's pretty much what has happened here. I'd like to invite everybody over to the Dark Digital Net. We've been doing some just for fun net questions, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Coming up Saturday night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, in the Dark Room 40012 on the Wires App software. You can also get there on the FDS 001-55 for hotspots, Pi-Stars, Zoom spots, and all the other cool devices we have here in ham radio. And you can also get into the dark room on the Echolink by connecting to the N0BJN-L for link is Echolink node 925804. Echolink is free software you can get from Echolink.org, or you can get the free app and throw it on your cell phone, and your cell phone becomes an HT. So, anyway, stop by and say hi to the Dark Digital Net, Saturday night, 9:15 Eastern Time. Hope to see you guys over there. Got a good net going over here, as always.
And I'm sending it back to you just with a question, if I can. Last Saturday, I think it was, the Yaesu servers went down. We managed to run with 9 nodes during the outage and did okay with that. But we're wondering how you guys did with your West Virginia room. Maybe it went down as well. Anyway, back to you. Thanks for letting me on. Happy Halloween from Rick in Central Minnesota, here in Little Falls, Minnesota, N0BJN. Thanks again.
All right, Rick. Well, I appreciate the report from you, especially the information about the net. As far as trick or treat goes, yeah, they trunk or treat around here. There's actually usually several spread out through the week, so we don't get near the trick or treaters that we get to. I think they're all full of candy by the time it actually out to Halloween. But I'd say we still probably had about 100 run through the area. So it was a nice amount, but not too much. The last part of your question that was interesting, and the problem was the directory servers went down. So anybody that was already connected could stay connected, but if you disconnected and then tried to re-enter, it couldn't find anything. So anything that was already connected that way, but any kind of reboots or anything like that was a problem. So I hope that helps you. All right, that's the end of my list. Anybody else that would like to check into the Country Roads Net, please call now.
Net Control, please copy Kilo Bravo 8 Zulu India Oscar KB8 Zio Scotty in cross lines. November 8 Hotel Uniform Bravo NHB. Key Echo Zulu. Whiff and a whiff.
Net Control, please copy KE8WRY, Sean in Buffalo.
All right, picked up a couple more there for Halloween. Got Scott, KZO, Andy, NNHUE, Matt and Company, K8YEZ, and E8WRY. All right, we'll go ahead and go through you guys, and then do one more round of check-ins, see if anybody wanders by. First up on my list there, and by the way, we're just talking about nothing heavy, just talking about if you did anything for Halloween, anything special, or just anything at all, or maybe nothing, because you hate that holiday. Anyway, KB8ZO, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, hello, Rob. It's W8XRW and the group. This is Scott, KB8ZO, for Halloween trick-or-treat, or whatever you want to call it. My wife and I sat out on our porch with our little baby Molly, and we handed out candy and little bottles of bubbles, and we're known in the neighborhood as the Bubble House. We got a couple little machines that produce some bubbles, and we had them coming from the mailbox and from the other part of the porch, and the kids just, well, they forget to come to get the candy. They sit there, they want to play bubbles. Our numbers were lower this year for some reason, and we thought with the great weather that we'd be blowed out. Well, I think we had about 52 people. Usually 89 was our biggest for the past couple of years. Then the last two kids that came by at 3 minutes to 8, I just dumped my bucket of candy into their bag and, well, let them have the stomach ache and the diabetes, and I'm trying to fight that stuff myself. So I did not need the temptation. I've lost a little bit of weight since I divorced little Debbie, but her cousin Duncan Hines and Pillsbury are still wreaking a little havoc on me. Well, that's all I really got to say. Sorry I'm a little late getting into the net. W8J and I have a sister in Columbus, and for some reason I just thought about her, and so I called her. And you know, I always felt this way. If you think about somebody, give them a call. Okay, well, this is KB8ZO, back to Net Control.
All right, Scott, as always, good to hear from you. And yeah, like I said, I think those numbers take a hit from all the. I know we've got like 3 churches right here in the immediate area. Each one of them does their own trunk or treat. The schools do a trunk or treat. I said that kids don't got to work for it anymore, man. They get it handed to them. Andy. Anyway, good to hear from you, Scott. Next up, Andy, N8HUB. What do you have for us?
W8XRX and the group at HUB. I'll say good evening to you and happy Halloween all the way around. We didn't have many trick-or-treaters out here either, but I think most of them, most of the neighborhood kids went, usually go in town because there were a couple of churches that put our spread for it, and then the Eagles and the Knights of Columbus have something, little programs for them too. Kind of keep them all together and make sure things stay safe. We got them all in place. They have a good time. Other than that, the enjoying weather here is down to 55 degrees. Tonight was 67, but going to warm up a little bit next week, I guess. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. Maybe back in the 70s a little bit. At least I hope so. Let me buy a minute here. Just wanted to check in and say hello and ask anybody if you got time. On Tuesday nights we have a net here on West Michigan Connect through 21335. 21335 is that same number with a open spot. We'll get you right in there. And everybody, back to you, N8HUB.
All right, Andy, appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the WM Connect net information. Just wouldn't be the same without you, man. All right, next up is Matt, KA8YZ. What do you have for us, Matt?
Hi, everybody. I had a great day trick-or-treating. We had a half day at school because it was Halloween, so I was excited about that. I ended up getting 2 things of candy, so me and my friend went trick-or-treating, and we're counting on that right now. So that's all I really have, so 70 and good night.
Okay, let me buy some time. Thank you and everybody else on that. I got a kind of full candy, but Lydia's friend Ruby is going to get some comments, but I guess not. I have to Rick and Mary and Andy. Let's see. We don't have any kids up in this neighborhood to go trick-or-treating. When we moved up here for the first 5 years or so, I had full-size candy bars. If some sucker would walk up my driveway, I'd give him a full candy bar, but nobody ever did that. So when Lydia was old enough to go start trick-or-treating, we started mooching off of other neighborhoods. last few years went to a friend of mine's down over the hill, Freshman Church, and walk up down about 3 streets, and that takes care of that hour. But I have fun watching all the little ones, and especially watching my little one having. Of course, she's not too little anymore. Having a good time. And don't forget to vote on Tuesday. If you haven't voted yet, make sure you vote Tuesday. Some people say vote soon and vote often. And I guess that's about it. Thanks for picking up the net, Rick. Talk to you later. WXRW and the net, KY.
All right, Lydia, man. Always good to hear from you. Glad you could stop by. Glad Lydia had a good time trick-or-treating. All right, last on my list is KE8RY. Sean, you got anything for us?
Not a whole lot. Good to be on the net here tonight again with 5-star, so it's coming in. It sounds like pretty good. Down here in Buffalo, can't really get to the main repeater on this, just with a handheld, so good to have this extra technology to be able to get through to you all. But as far as trick-or-treat, it's a little bit low here in I believe. We've made a couple of laps, and being a school bus driver, I get in again until about 6 o'clock, so the people already starting, but that was about the first half hour to 45 minutes was about the biggest thing, because like you had mentioned, schools do a lot of stuff, and my elementary run this evening, I may have hauled 35 students in this morning for that school in Scott Tays and Scott Depot, and I may have took 5 home because they all went home with full buckets, so I'm sure I'm going to hear about it tomorrow. Wound up, but that's all I got for you. Great net tonight. Good to hear y'all. 73s, back to net control. This is KE8WRY.
All right, man. Good to hear from you. And that pastor are doing a good job for you. Sounding crystal clear. Great audio. Check into the net before we head to closure. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and close out this net control station, W8XRW, for the Country Roads Net. I'd like to thank everybody stopping by on this Halloween evening. We'll be back again next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. We got lucky 11 on the check-ins this evening. It's now formally closed at 8:25 p.m. local time. Good night, everybody.